So I'm setting up, and I look at the camera, and I see the flag in the background, and I'm like, what flag do I put up for this video? Oh, yeah, of course. Alright, so I gotta be honest with you. As far as I'm concerned, these guys that are doing this are fucking retarded. They're just not thinking right. The girls are fucking, for the most part, the most of them I've seen, I'm sure that they're not all this way. I'm sure that many of them are lovely people. Right? But a lot of them are fucking cunts. And I ain't afraid to say it. I don't give a shit. Right? And they need to understand that this is what happens when you act like a cunt. People are going to do everything they possibly can to try and punish you for it. I think the world is full of infantile fucking assholes. I think we've all gone back to fucking grade school. And we need to just understand that there is balance in life. And that sooner or later it all kind of comes out the same way. Right? There you go. That's what I think.
I forgot to add context.
Oh yeah. That's right. I should probably tell the story of what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I just wanted to do a quick video today because I wanted to get back into Fallout. But I have to do the whole thing. Hold on. Alright, so from what I've been, I just wanted to have a good excuse to play that fucking clip. So what I've figured out to be the series of events, right? This is what I know. You may have different information and whatever. I'm going with very reliable sources, I believe. And this is what I have pieced together. Everything needs its own fucking setup now. Alright, so one of the cam girls, well, alright, hold on. One of the Twitch Thots, I guess. One of the titty streamers, which is what we used to call them before everybody called them Thots. One of the titty streamers, apparently she tweeted out that she was getting audited and she wanted to know which motherfucker reported her. Right? Now Twitch Thot tweets out, the IRS is auditing me, I want to know who reported me. Something to that effect. Now, I'm not thinking that the IRS would have, like, informed her that she'd have been reported. I don't think they really do that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've never been audited before. I don't know what that looks like. I know people that have, but they didn't show me the paperwork. But, so, I don't know if they told her that she was reported or not. Or if they said, you might have been reported, I don't know, you're being audited, here you go. Like, the people that tell the person they're being fucking audited, generally it's in a letter. It's like a form letter, you're being fucking audited. Anyways, it's one line, you're being fucking audited. Signed, U.S. government. So, whatever. I don't know how the validity of all of that information, or if she's just guessing that somebody reported her, right? I don't fucking know. So then I guess somebody saw that and they're a smart cookie, so they decided to start telling everybody to report all the Twitch Thots to the IRS because, right? And then that got picked up. Now it's a fucking thing. I want to say this right off the bat. Since I've apparently been lumped in with the incels because I don't have a girlfriend, I guess, and don't want one, and understand that I can get one if I want one. I guess all of those things make me an incel now. So I had to look into it for my people, I guess. Apparently this is an incel plot to fuck all these girls over. I don't really think, man, I don't know. I don't know how many of these girls are actually being audited. From what I understand, from what I know, one girl being audited. And she started the whole fucking thing. So, I haven't heard of anybody else being audited. It isn't like all of these women are being audited. It's just this is like a thing now. Everybody's passing around that, hey, we're going to report you. First of all, I would imagine that probably because it's the internet, half of the people that are saying that they're reporting these girls, they ain't fucking doing shit. They're tweeting that they're reporting, and that's what they're considering reporting, right? They're throwing that girl's name out there to get her in the sights of all the other fucking assholes, right? So then, so that's like half of it is bullshit. At least half, if not more. Probably half again is much more. But whatever. We'll go with half. Cut that shit right down the middle. And then you've got 99.9% of the other half that's left. They're the guys that are actually reporting these girls, and the IRS goes, we're worrying about people that make actual money. We don't care about some Twitch Thot that made 20 grand last year, 30 grand last year. Are you shitting me? So yeah, they don't give a shit. The way that I'll get into that later. So 99.9% of half of it, nobody fucking cares. But it is that 0.01% or whatever that probably is going to be the one girl that might get audited, but she's probably going to be a big time gal, and she's probably going to be pulling a shit ton of money and not reporting tax. Like I'm talking, this is going to be like top tier bitch, you know, on Chatterbait or some shit like that, who's making $200,000 a year and hasn't reported any of it because I considered it all gifts. You know what I mean? So like, and these girls are fucking retarded because a lot of them don't understand. Bitch, it ain't gifts. That's all of a sudden your job. When you're on Chatterbait for 12 hours a day and you're making enough money to be on Chatterbait for 12 hours a day, it's a job. Like, just because you don't clock in doesn't mean it's not a job. I would go as far as to say, here's where I get in trouble. So let's light up. I would go as far to say that some of these girls could be considered long-distance prostitutes. Now, they're not having sex with the guys, but they are having sex with themselves and sometimes with a guy, while other guys aren't just having it on while they clean the house. I'm sure there are some that are. But nevertheless, the bulk of the audience is only watching 10 minutes, you know? So, what do you think they're doing? They're not just checking in with you because they're wondering how your day is, even though they ask. Like, it's fucking, the whole thing is weird. I don't watch the chat because it's just fucking weird. But, so, yeah, like, and a lot of these girls, man, I couldn't imagine actually doing it. It's actually, like, some of them, I've come to, I watch Chatterbait, but a lot of the times I get distracted by what's going on, and I stop paying attention to what I should be paying attention to, and I wind up watching the fucking shit for hours. I'll have like 20 channels lined up, and I'll whittle them down to the like 2 or 3 that interest me, and I just sit and watch these girls fucking, dude, some of them get pissed at the audience. It's hysterical. So some of these girls go through hell at work, you know what I mean? They're earning their money, but they make a lot of money. But these, the Twitch Thots, like, you know, I would say that they're long distance escorts. They're not prostitutes because they're not being paid to have sex. They are being paid to serve a visually stimulating purpose for an amount of time. Escort, right? Kind of same thing. You get what I'm saying. They look hot, and then you jerk off to them. And these girls, like, a lot of the time, man, they're, to use another one of my clips, fun fact for anybody who wants to know, that explosion that you hear, the rumble, that's actually the first nuclear test. The first time they set off a nuclear bomb. that's the noise it made. Anyways, so yeah, these girls. I said it in the Nicole Arbor video, and I hope it doesn't get me in trouble this time around. But I hate you women, because you just ruin everything. You can't even keep your own good shit going fucking strong. So many of you just gotta fuck it up. Like, I guess there were pictures of some of these bitches on vacation at the beach, and they were like tweeting out, or I don't know where they were posting it, but they were. This is what I heard. I don't even know if this is really entirely valid, but apparently somebody posted somewhere a picture of her on the beach saying, "Oh, you know, idiots paid for this." Right? And you know, I gotta say, like, I always thought that guys that go to strip clubs a lot, I always thought they were very sad guys. Like, the guys that go to strip clubs just to go with their boys and have a good time and whatever, you know, that's whatever. But the guys who go to the strip club, like, every day to see their girl and shit like that, like those fucking guys, the guys that are dropping $1,000, you know, in the strip club at any length of time, really, like, those guys, you know, it's like, dude, what are you doing, man? And, like, I always thought that was kind of just sad and disgusting. And I always hated seeing men like that. Like, it's I don't know, it's difficult to describe. Like, because I have a degree of respect for myself. Everybody calls it egotism, which is where the channel gets its name, but I consider it a degree of respect for myself. Right? I don't harp on the negatives. I like to highlight my positives. Right? Smart guy. I'm not bad looking. You know, but I got my issues, and I don't talk about them all the time. I don't need to tell you about my irritable bowel, you know, and shit like that. Like, you don't fucking care about that kind of stuff. And if you do, I got it. What do you want from me? I take a lot of shits. So, you know, I don't care about talking about it, but I'm not going to do a video struggling with IBS. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and talk about my feelings. I don't know, it just hurts, man. Like, it sucks. Anybody who has it knows it sucks. And anybody who doesn't have it, just from the name, irritable bowel, it doesn't sound fun, right? Like, you're not burying the fucking lead. It stinks. So I don't talk about that kind of shit. Because, you know, and whatever, but, like, just the arrogance of women, to think that you can post a picture of yourself on a beach on vacation and say idiots paid for this, when you know your fucking audience is paying attention to shit you do, because you probably told them you were going on fucking vacation. So they were probably waiting for bikini pictures, because that's what they get from you. And you post that shit? And you don't think maybe something's going to happen? Like, I know that everybody likes to make tribes out of people. So this has become a right-wing incel thing. Right? But I think what it is it's teenage kids you know, that have given these girls money. And they're like, because she probably promoted her vacation. I'm going to go on vacation. I need money to go on vacation. And the money probably poured in. And all these guys are sitting there going, this is what I fucking paid for. You know, like, titties and an insult. It's bad titties. You don't like those titties. You don't pay attention to the titties as much as the insult. I mean, we may be stupid when you have us at our most vulnerable part. But we're smart enough. You know what I mean? Like, so I think I don't believe that this is an incel thing. I think this is just a fucking angsty dude thing. Some of these angsty dudes might go on to be incels. I don't fucking know. Some of them may already be incels. I'm sure there are incels galore involved in it because it's become a thing now. Right? Because it's been turned into this thing. And now everybody's throwing it around. And the IRS is probably getting a lot of dumbass fucking calls and emails. And going... Now here's the thing. This is why the people who are actually reporting this shit, this is why you're all fucking idiots. Right? What do you think's going to happen? First of all, the IRS, they may look into her, see what kind of money she's pulling. And they're going to be like, I swear to fucking God, one more of you motherfuckers waste my time for some chick that made $5,000 last year. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care about that kind of shit. They audit people who own businesses and shit like that because they make lots of money. They don't generally audit the normal everyday Joe. Sometimes they do, but they don't, for the most part, care about it. They're going to make what? A couple $1,000s? That's... Government works in the billions. Big B. Like, they don't give a shit about your, you know, $40,000 that you didn't pay taxes on for 3 years. They could care less. They're looking at criminals that make millions of dollars. They're looking at audit those motherfuckers. Right? They don't care about you and me. They will look for it if they want to. And what they do generally is they just let it accrue. How often do you hear about somebody that said, man, I owed back taxes for like 10 years and they audited my ass? Well, yeah, because you hit a point where all of a sudden it was worth it for them to scoop your little chump change up because they needed it for some thing or another. Like, you just wound up being high enough owing that you made it into the radar. You know, we're all flying below the radar, and you went up into the fucking radar, and they went, oh, we can scoop this Joe Schmo up. He actually owes us some fucking money. Right? So they don't really give a shit about most of these girls. There are a lot of girls that they're probably going to care about. But they'll let it just earn, you know, interest until it hits that point where they go, oh, you owe us money. We forgot to tell you for a decade that you owe us $100,000 now. I'm sorry, but we need that. We're going to audit you every year for the next 10 years or whatever the fuck it is to make sure that you're, you know, giving us what you owe us. Like, they do that kind of shit, so they don't fucking care. I'm sure they're writing all these girls' names down, but now you're letting all the girls know you need to pay attention to your taxes. You hate them so much that you warned them about things that they might have had problems with big time in the future. Like, so, like, this is, man, this is the thing. The universe loves balance. There's a balance in life. You get that instant gratification of, oh my God, I think I made that girl really fucking scared and nervous. She's probably going to call somebody. And then that girl calls somebody and they go, oh yeah, you need to pay your taxes. And she goes, fuck. So she's getting an accountant. He'll deal with it all for you. tell you what you owe and you just cut them a check. Oh, okay. And then that's what they're gonna fucking do. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, they're gonna talk to one smart person in their life, probably their dad, and he's gonna tell them get a accountant. He'll charge you $300. He'll do all your tax shit for you. He'll tell you what you owe. You cut him a check. He'll even mail it in for you. Like, that's what they're paid for. That's what their purpose is. It's very nice people that do that shit for you. Like, and they'll just go and do that. Because that's the balance. You wanted your satisfaction fucking now. You wanted her really fucking nervous and scared, as opposed to homeless, possibly in the future someday. You know what I mean? Because, again, the universe loves balance. And yeah, you guys that are fucking dumb enough to pay these girls money, you may be that dumb now. But this is a good lesson for you. Now you know better. And you know to tell more people, don't pay her money, because she's never gonna fuck you. Like, now you've learned that mysterious secret, and you can inform your other idiot friends, and then that small chunk of resource for her will dry up. Other people will jump in to fill that void, but that's on them. Fuck them. They gotta smarten up too, right? You earned this intelligence, and you passed it on to your peers. And they'll pass it on to some people, and maybe they'll pass it on to some people. And then just slowly erode her economy. You get your instant gratification. You instant gratification people just fucking make me nuts. I don't understand it. You gotta play the long game. Look at the future. What? People are just children these days. Like, that's the way I think about children. I want it now. Now. I want it now. It's like, oh man, you gotta let it simmer, because it tastes so much sweeter. And like, I mean, I don't hate these girls. I don't give a fuck. Like, there have been times when I've kind of gone down that road, like with Piper. Piper left. I never talked about Piper leaving. Did I ever talk about Piper leaving? I never talked about Piper leaving. I think Piper quit her channel. Crazy. I'll have to talk about that someday. But like when I reviewed Piper and she was doing the jump roping without a bra thing, and I'm like, I think at the time I had like 10 million views or some ridiculous number. Like, I don't even fucking know. Maybe it was 3 or 5. Something like that. It was fucking ridiculous. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, because I work hard and I try and be funny. I do a lot of editing when I do a lot of editing. And, you know, that kind of shit. But I talk about stuff. And I gotta know things, sort of. And I have to be good enough to be good all the time. And people test me now. And I gotta be I gotta be there. Like, I gotta be I'm the karate instructor now. And I got fucking students that are kicking at me and shit. And I can't let them hit me, because otherwise, then they're the fucking teacher. And that can't happen. So, you know, I gotta mind my P's and Q's. But, I don't know. Like, it's just, like, so I get it. I get the frustration. But, like, I'm not going to involve myself in anybody's life. You know what I mean? I discovered that Piper did some fucking porn. And I talked about that on YouTube. And as far as I'm concerned, that brings balance. Because I'm looking at this girl going, and her whole channel was to promote her modeling stuff. And I imagine that the end of the Piper experiment is that she's fucking gotten herself out there enough that now she's getting modeling gigs or whatever, and she doesn't fucking need to do YouTube shit anymore. I don't fucking know. It's a pain in the ass to come up with something every day. And she probably was fucking tired of it. And was like, I don't need it anymore. I'm making good money now. So I probably did the smart thing and spun it into what she really wants to do with her life. But for a time there, like, you know, she did some side work. And you know, I thought that was awesome because I was frustrated that I'm busting my ass, in my mind at least, on YouTube trying to do something. And I'm trying to carve it out doing my thing that I want to do. And here she comes along, just jump rope and not in a bra. And it's like... yeah, because I can't compete with that, right? So I have to, you know, look for my niche elsewhere. And that's a niche that just attractive girls can just insert themselves into. But, you know, time is the enemy of all things. And women do not age like men do. Men get older, and we get more distinguished. We get handsome, you know, and we get more wealthy. Because old men are generally, they have money. Like, just on average, I guess. You know, that's the trope. That's the fucking stereotype. So, you know, and that's when we get the young girls. Because dating a woman your own age is gross. Oh my god. I mean, when I'm 80, I don't want to date an 80-year-old. It's gross. That's when I want to be buying 20-year-olds. Anyways, so, you know, and women get old. And they hit the wall, as they say. And they just get old. And if these girls are smart, then they're investing in some manner so that when they get old, when they hit the wall finally, and they can't, you know, nobody gives a shit about their Twitch channel anymore, hopefully they'll be able to take care of themselves. But if they're fucking retarded and they blow it all on dumb fuckery, they're gonna be fucked. You know, like, balance. It all depends on when you get your good living of life in. You know, you can do it all when you're young and say, fuck it when I get older, I'll figure it out then, like I did. Or you can, you know, sacrifice for the now. Sacrifice the now for the future. Jesus Christ, Jordan Peterson. It's in his book. Sacrifice for the now for the future. And, yeah. You know, those type of people, they're going to make it. They're going to do well. And I don't begrudge these girls, you know, doing their shit, you know. Hey. I'm jealous, if anything. I'm jealous that I can't do that. That I can't just be like, you know, get a webcam and get a Chatterbait account and then just jerk off all day while I, you know, do whatever, watch movies, and just make a whole shit ton of money. I wish I could do that. I can't do that. There's no fucking way I could do that. You know, I can't do that. I'm not that attractive, and and I don't. You know, like, somebody's gonna want me to stick something in my ass, and that shit ain't happening. You know, because you're well, and you know. Yeah. So there you go. I think the guys that are doing this are fucking terribly narrow-sighted and fucking stupid. And you gotta stop being stupid and let nature take its course. It will judge who is good and who must suffer. And you just gotta accept it. And you take your lessons, you take your lumps like a fucking man, and you go, well, I'm never giving that bitch a cent again. And you move on with life. Because there's going to be a lot of women who are going to get you to do a lot of things for them that's going to cost money. And they're not going to be the one that's going to wind up doing anything for you. And that's going to happen shit tons. And you go, well, there you go. And you move the fuck on. It's coping skills, man. You figure it out. And you ladies, you have to understand that when you shit on the people that you beg for money, they're gonna be pissed the fuck off when you do that. So you probably shouldn't do that, because what kind of an asshole are you? But, you know, they're the kind of asshole that leaves the camera on when they go and tell their boyfriend how they just made a shit ton of money for doing nothing, and they're just going to let their fucking camera run because they're just still making money for not even being on it. And then all of a sudden, time to get a real job. You know what I mean? Like, and she's probably still doing fucking whatever. That's again, you know, the wheel goes roundy round. And, so there you go. That's what I think of hashtag Thot Audit. I think it's an exercise in stupidity, like most pop culture things these days. I think it's an exercise in stupidity. I think the people that are taking part in this are fucking morons, and they need to think about what they're doing. And the girls who are involved in it are assholes. And they need to stop being assholes, because when you're an asshole, people tend to react. So it's kind of a what did you think was going to happen, dummy? Chased with a why are you being such a dumb fuck? All right, there you go. That's what I think about it. It's all stupid.